Now, more women are taking control of their own finances as they buy more properties, save for retirement, secure their children's future, and much more. And to do this, though, they need opportunities to grow their wealth. And today we're speaking to Kerryn Campion, the Chief Operations Officer at Aions, a creative technology, about investment opportunities available to women. And Kerryn, thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon to you. I mean, there are many statistics that show that women do not necessarily invest as much as their male counterparts, but this also has to do with your income ability and what your responsibilities are as well. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so now when we look at this picture, are women really, or maybe the reasons why women are not investing as much as their male counterparts, what are those in particular in them making a decision either for school fees or to invest in financial markets, for example?
So I think typically women are more risk averse than men. I recently read a study where globally 10% of women are fully confident in investing. That is a minute percentage of the investment landscape. So I think it really comes down to the confidence that women have in investing and also the risk aversion to putting money behind investments that they are not fully confident in their knowledge of potentially the stock market and that type of thing. So I think traditionally women have held back from investments, and men have always taken the forefront with that.
Yeah, and one would like to believe that that has changed because women have been empowered and have the personal agency, you know, and have a separate account from what the household may require. So in terms of the education levels thereof, because it is technical, it's a space that you don't want to play in, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You could potentially lose it all, your life savings. So you need to know what you're doing and what your objectives are.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think what's come to the forefront, particularly with how we have positioned our own technology and our own platform, is the need for micro investment. And basically micro investment is fractionalizing shares. So being able to purchase a fraction of a share in a company as opposed to purchasing the whole share. So on the one hand, what it does is it allows you, no matter what your financial background is or your budget constraints are, you can still purchase, whether it's a fractionalized share within a company. It also mitigates your risks and allows you to take real control of what your investment future looks like.
But how different is this from your financial broker on an annual basis will sit with you and determine your needs? You know, you want to have 3.5 million is my target, for example, in the next 3 years. And obviously you have to clean up your mess. If you've got outstanding debt, get rid of the credit cards, etc. Live beneath your means, save on unnecessary expenses. What are the options? Can one go to a Satrix? There's so many other things that you have online to develop that particular portfolio.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is the thing. You can go into Satrix, JSE, Easy Equities. All of these give you the opportunity to invest. The problem that we've recognized is a lot of these platforms are complicated. They do run the risk of you having to chat to somebody who's au fait with investment landscapes, with how well certain companies are doing, how well certain stock shares, etc., are doing, the movement thereof. And we've tried to take that away and build a platform that is very easy to interact with. It's very easy to understand. You can go on, you can have a look at the companies we've listed on there. There's 4 companies so far, but there are companies that you can reach out to the founders of, that you can purchase certain products in store on their e-commerce. So these are companies that you can actually see, touch, feel, and understand what is going on behind the scenes. That gives you a level of comfort in where you're putting your money. Also, we're able to give everybody the opportunity to invest from as little as 50 Rand to begin with. There's no hidden fees, there's no hidden costs. You put your $50 down and you get a fraction within each of the companies that we've listed.
I must confess, and I'm sure like many others, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we tend to take a back seat. You know, you're like a passive investor and you just hope that there'll be the compound interest over a certain period if you don't touch your investment. Are you encouraging women in particular to be more involved, to understand the terminology? What is a derivative, a share, an option? Is it a unit trust? What is it that what does it look like? What does it do? And what is the benefit to you?
Yes, so we're definitely encouraging people who have never invested before to come onto the platform. It's very easy to understand the businesses, to understand their products, their services, their offerings. It's straightforward. There are so many shares within the companies. These shares are then fractionalized because we've built the exchange that we have on blockchain, so it allows for full security, for high transparency, and for the option to fractionalize those shares. So you're able to buy into a company and just think of it as, I have a stake in this company. I own a small piece of this company now, and I get to rake in the earnings and the winnings that these companies do basically get within that company within the next 3 years.
But Kerryn, there's also no guarantees because like any other investment, there is a limit, a risk. It might not be as, severe, if you like your big companies. The volatility thereof, the markets and market conditions. So your investment of 50 Rand over 5 years, for example, may not necessarily come back as 50 Rand. It could be more or less.
We are doing something that is unheard of with Aions Exchange, with AEX. We are guaranteeing a minimum of 10% year-on-year growth over a 3-year period. We are encouraging our investors, the public, to hold on to those tokens for 3 years at a minimum. So the minimum, they will get a return of 10%. That is the minimum that they will get. In fact, it's 33 points or 32.9% over the 3 years. The maximum that we're hoping to return is 840 times that initial investment.
All right, Kerryn, we're going to leave it there. Thank you indeed. Really appreciate it. That is Kerryn Campion, Chief Operations Officer at Aions, Creative Technology, talking about investment options for women starting as little as 50 Rand. And it's a simplified platform where you can, educate yourself in the process towards your financial dreams and objectives.